What's going on, you guys? My name is Rage and we are back today with another Red Star Orb opening video for you all. In today's video, I'm sure you guys have seen it now, Moon Knight is finally joining the battle here, and you know what he's going to bring to the table is really granting his fellow Shadowland allies additional health. Additionally, they are going to be known as a really formidable war team, so you can see that during war he's going to be able to cleanse enemy positive effects, as well his ultimate ability also applying a really devastating heal block to up to 3 additional negative effects. So that's really going to be able to provide a lot of damage and extra support for his roster, in addition to the enemies actually having reduced damage against Moon Knight as well as him being able to have really strong offensive capabilities due to that deflect change. So with that being said, if you guys have seen my earlier videos, I always do actually save up my Alliance raid credits here, because for some reason, you know, call it the superstition in me, but when I do claim these guys right before a Red Star Orb opening, I do actually tend to have better luck, so I just save them up here. You can see that I'm just claiming all of them now, and in doing so, then after that, I am going to just rush into then the Red Star Orb opening, and we'll also talk about his abilities as well in more detail in terms of which T4 recommendations. So with that being said here, we always just want to double check. You got to make sure, you know, you see his icon there with the 7, but just hitting that little eye here, just making sure that it actually does give us that extra information, and confirming as well that Moon Knight does in fact have the extra 15% chance. You just never know in this game if there's bugs and whatnot, so you just never want to take that chance. But I do love the look of Moon Knight in this game, so the game plan is always per usual. We're going to aim to open 10 to get 3 red at least. Obviously, we don't get that, we can try for more, but always budget. That's the big thing for me. So starting here at 44, we'll go ahead now and start our process. So that's 1. And we're just starting off with some greens here just to kind of get warmed up here, but hopefully our luck improves, you know. Generally, I would say if you can get a 2 or 3, I think that's always usually good, especially when you're taking advantage of that increased extra 15% chance. So unfortunately, not really getting the luck on our side today. There's a lot of green. So fortunately, let's see here. Oh, that was a false lead right there. That was a blue, but unfortunately, just a Karnak. So you can see that at least we're getting a lot of duplicates, which does actually help us in terms of getting the overall the credits for the opening the Elite 4 and higher up. And to be honest with you, I might actually do that today, just because I do have quite a bit saved up now. Another back-to-back purple. Wow. So already kind of using a lot of my luck there, and both of them were actually also duplicates. So, you know, unfortunately with this, the more you get engaged in the game, with the more unlocks, unfortunately, you're gonna just get a lot more duplicates, as you can see. So this right here, that was I believe that was actually 10 right there. So you know what, just to factor in our luck here, because we do have quite a few of these guys actually saved up for the Elite 4 with 3 here. You know what, why not try a few here just to see if it does work out, because you know I'm always in the lookout for additional upgrades to my roster as well. So we get the upgrade there for a Human Torch. Unfortunately, not Moon Knight, but that is what it is, you know. So let's go ahead and try another one here, because we do want to take advantage of that extra bonus here. So this one doesn't turn to work out as well. Last but not least, let's I'm hoping my luck is good here. One more here just to see. Oh my goodness. Okay, so unfortunately no luck today, but you know what, we cannot unfortunately leave empty-handed. So go ahead here and open up some Elite 5 here and see how we do here. Fingers crossed, you guys. Let's go ahead here. We'll do our first one here. Fingers crossed. Oh, Human Torch. Unfortunately, unfortunately didn't get Moon Knight, obviously, but we did get the actual upgrade there. Oh, 6 red on the War Machine. So a big upgrade for me. Again, unfortunately, no Moon Knight, but we are definitely taking advantage of these higher red stars. Oh my goodness. So unfortunately, just no luck, you guys, but we do have a couple more now because we got the duplicate with the 5 there. So again, another upgrade. So I'm not complaining with the roster, but you know, again, unfortunately, just not the characters I'm looking for today, and all upgrades though. So definitely not complaining there, but that is all there is right now, you guys. So with that being said, unfortunately, no luck for me today with Moon Knight, but that's quite all right. You know what we'll do now? We'll just dive right into the roster review here. So first and foremost, you're going to see with Lunar Strike here, he's actually going to be able to apply basic Byron damage there for 100% damage. And as you can see here, he also gains the 50% chance to gain an additional random positive effect from the list of counter, offense up, as well as speed up. And essentially, you can see here that when he's also forced to attack, he also deals less damage to his Shadowland character. So you can see that this is going to be a good basic attack just to inflict damage. But as well, as you level this up, it increases in overall damage. The level 6 here actually applies the random positive effect for 2 turns instead of 1, but you'll see that the chance is still, unfortunately, 50%. If you were going to T4 this, it does actually increase the chance to 100% for 2 turns. Definitely, this is a T4 I would recommend in getting, just because of the fact that he gets, one out of these 3 benefits, which can help out a lot, and for 2 turns, especially with him going to be doing a lot of damage for his fellow Shadowland allies. Next, we have Night Guardian special ability, and as you can see here for the Night Guardian, the special attack essentially applies damage for 100% plus additional damage for 1 to 3 adjacent allies. And as you increase here, you can see that it actually gains 100% crit chance against any target that actually has a negative effect. So really, you want to using this special attack against enemies that have a negative condition. Due to the, and on top of that, he actually can't be blocked with this attack, and any counterattack also breaks his chain. So keep that in mind when you're using this, but really this is going to do a lot of damage, especially that 100% crit chance, which is huge. You can see here as you level this up, it just increases overall and raw damage. Last but not least, if you were to T4 this actually can rebound to the entire team, 3 to 5 adjacent targets. So this is really where he's going to be doing a lot of compound damage, especially if your enemies that you're facing up against have a negative condition. So because it does already impact 2 to 4, this is actually pretty good already by itself, but it's really a question of whether or not you want to have that extra boost in damage. On top of that, the increase to the 3 to 5 adjacent targets. So definitely, I think this would be a pretty decent skill to T4. But again, we gotta see overall how much damage he's really gonna be dealing in the big picture. I definitely see the benefit from his basic though. Next, Death from Above ultimate ability. Essentially, he's attacking all enemies for 120 to 160% damage. And the beautiful thing about this attack is that he also applies a heal block. And on top of that, he also has an additional chance to apply negative conditions, which include bleed, blind, defense down, disruption, offense, or slow. So you can see here that he gets a lot of value in not only being able to apply heal block, but really applying negative conditions on the enemies, and his special also gaining additional crit chance from these conditions placed already. The real benefit, however, is as you level this up, you can see that in War here, he's actually going to be able to also cleanse positive effects from the enemies, really shutting them down when working with White Tiger. So definitely, this is a strong ability. If you were to T4 this, the negative effects actually last for 2 turns in War. So I think this is worth T4ing if you guys are going to use this team as a heavy War team, because you can see here that he actually disrupts and takes away all their positive conditions. On top of that, the negatives actually last for 2 turns as opposed to 1. So really, this T4 is a question of whether or not you think Moon Knight's going to be a really strong and prominent member of your war offense team. And last but not least, Fist of Khonshu. Essentially, this character cannot actually block. Whatever happens is that when he gains deflect up or any kind of deflect on his condition, it changes to offense and also gives him an additional speed bar by 20%. And as you can see here, this is consistent with other characters we've seen, but as you level this up, he's going to gain also additional damage reduction and resistance. And if you were to T4 this as well, he also provides an extra 20% health bonus to not only himself, but as well as his fellow Shadowland allies. So definitely this is one I would recommend T4ing because, throughout the game modes, even if you don't use them for just War, this is a great ability to just level up for all your Shadowland allies if you are planning to bring them to be a top tier team in your roster. So with that being said, the ones I do recommend are the basic. I do recommend the special, especially if you can see how much utilization you're going to use for the addition targets. But you got to gauge how much you're going to actually be utilizing Moon Knight. The ultimate is based on whether or not you want to use them heavily for War. If so, I do recommend, and I do also recommend the T4 for the passive because it's just consistent with other characters where you can increase all your overall team characters' stats. With that being said, you guys, thank you as always for watching. Do appreciate you checking out my channel. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.